Hey guys, what's up? Today we are going to be reacting to a video uploaded by Rev Says Desu. The video is called Clueless Devs Find Out After Firing Beloved VTuber VA for Incentive Joke Made 5 years ago. I'm not sure if I understand. They fired her over a pun that in a stream she made 5 years ago. Crony saw a boar while playing Eternal Return and joked that she was going to kill it because it was such a bore. That's funny. I like that. Why the fuck would you fire somebody over that? That's so fucking stupid.
Here. So over the years, I have covered countless examples of
Man.
content creators falling victim to cancel culture thanks to the efforts of bad actors on the internet.
There's lots of
Today
bad
is
actors.
no exception to that, but this is one of the most egregious examples I have ever covered, and that's really saying something. So recently, the popular VTuber Crony lost a voice acting role, not because she was exposed as some heinous human being or anything like that. She lost this role because a sect of Korean players were upset about a joke she made on stream 5 years ago. And this joke is essentially a dad joke, a play on words involving the
Dad jokes can be really funny. Yes, they're very corny and cringe, but they still can be very funny. And I don't get this. Like, why they're being so harsh.
word boy.
And when I say they're being so harsh, I mean like the company, like not like letting go of the voice actor over this shit. That's just fucking stupid.
It is as ridiculous as it sounds, ladies and gentlemen. Now, here's the additional context here in case you don't know. Crony is a member of Hololive. She's an extremely popular VTuber, but she's also established in other fields as well. But in particular, she is an established voice actress. And recently, she got a role with the game Eternal Return, a Japanese game, which, as you can see on Steam, has mostly negative recent reviews, and for very good reason. So recently,
odds are it got review bombed because they made a dumbass decision without like getting any doing their research. I'm gonna assume that's what they did. They probably seen the joke from 5 years ago, and instead of doing the research, seeing how like, people felt about it, or like taking it like as it was meant to be, which was a fucking joke, they jumped the gun and can't say I'm not guilty of like jumping the gun, but like they jumped the gun and let the person go because they're like, oh, this looks bad. And now they made themselves look like fools.
Eternal Return made an announcement for the next voice actor of a new character. Well, as you can see, that announcement is edited because, well, they changed their tune really quick when a group of Korean players made a fuss. They made a cancellation campaign targeting Crony and this game for this clip right here from a stream featuring Crony.
Depending if they change it, if they have not changed it back, I'd say they deserve every negative review they get because they bent the knee to a bunch of fucking losers. And that wouldn't bother me so much if it was justified. But it's over a dad joke. Oh, from like not even recently, from 5 fucking years ago, over a dad joke. I'm like, you have to be a special kind of stupid not to see that this is gonna blow up in your face.
From 5 years ago.
God.
You're doing amazing.
Thank you.
I'm gonna
kill this boar.
VTuber up.
He's such a bore.
I'm gonna go.
A boring.
No, really, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the entire context. They are canceling her successfully for a joke she made where it involved a play on words. Boar as in the animal with bored as in not interested.
Even
okay, that was it. That's the entire context.
I made that stupid ass pun too in other games
that got her canceled,
that's stupid.
It's from 5 years ago. It's from an Eternal Return sponsored stream she did 5 years ago. And Korean players in particular, for whatever reason, were upset. And also keep in mind that Crony is a Korean voice actress. So they were so upset for some reason about this that they went on to cancel her. And they petitioned Eternal Return, who actually gave into this. And whether this is the result of incompetence or just malicious behavior.
Eternal, I'm going to do something stupid. Okay, let's look this game up. I'm gonna look this up. Let's see what the reviews are setting at right now. Nope. Shit. One typing. Eternal. Yeah, there it is. Eternal Return. Free to play. Oh. Shit. Oh. Pause. Pause. I don't want copyright. Mostly negative. 1,689 reviews. You... Oh my god, y'all fucking retarded. It looks like a fucking... What's that one game called? It looks like a fucking... What's that MOBA games? What's it called? League of Legends. Kind of like a League of Legends game. They deserve every... Let's look at the negative reviews. Fired a solid voice actor over nonsense raised by a community of players that wouldn't even use the language pack she voiced for. This game is good, but the devs are beyond clueless and will bend over backwards and pander to their Korean audience and leave the rest of the world servers to rot. This was an actual potential growth moment for the game, and the studio managed to bungle an easy free win and grow their global player base. So we aren't limited to either finding matches within a certain time window or beating the snot out of a new player in norms. Considering the game's future was already looking questionable due to financials, I don't know how long this has left. And I don't know if it's worth my time after this let alone my money. Helpful, thank you, and I'm going to give you a reward because I have 1,000 points. What's the most expensive point deal? Let's give you the helpful one. Yeah, let's give you all my shit. Fuck it. Oh, I can't. I'm just gonna give them all these people my shit because fuck them. And now I have like only 100 coins left. Yeah, I'm saying they 100% deserve this from everything I've seen so far. Now, I want to say that they're going to revert this decision, but I cannot guarantee that, as if their main audience is Korean, and if they give in, then and the Korean audience leaves, they're fucked. But I'm going to say this from my perspective. If there's a VTuber voice actor, I'm more likely to download the game. Especially if I was a fan of that VTuber voice, the VTuber, I'd be more likely to download the game and play it and give it a try. I mean, it don't look bad, but like, not to mention they have shown that they'll bend the knee. So they're bending the knee today. So what's to say they won't bend the knee tomorrow to some fucking losers that want to say, oh, well, this actor did something like, say, 10 years ago. They said this 10 years ago. Why did you give them a position? They shouldn't be in the studio. They shouldn't be. I'm going to come check this out later. All this shit. Like, you see what I'm saying? It's like, they bent the knee for a minority audience. I think they could have probably got a more Western audience with bringing in VTuber voice actors, but now have, like, completely butchered this. It is really shameful.
Behavior, I don't really know, because it ultimately ended with her losing the role. So you can see notice regarding the change in voice actor for Beyond's
Here we go.
English voice. Hello, survivors of Lumeria Island. The voice actor responsible
Survivors. There ain't about to be a lot of them left, buddy. I'm half tempted just to go check out the Steam charts. Oh, let me actually. I'm gonna pull that up on the side. Fuck. Steam charts. What was this game? Oh yeah, Eternal. Yeah, let's. I'm sorry. I don't mean to hold y'all up. I'm just gonna check the player numbers. Return. Let's see how many players y'all got right now. Ooh, there it is. Okay. All-time peak was 52,000. The 24-hour peak is 21,000. Playing 30 minutes ago was 9,000. This number is... Oh, wait, that's in a 7-day period. Oh, I haven't said 7 days. Let's refresh this. I don't want it in a 7-day period. Okay, I'm gonna say this. Oh yeah, okay, my bad. I'm mixing this up. Yeah, this right now, this is not bad, but my camera is fucking up for a second there. Okay, as I was saying, this isn't bad. As I was saying, this is not bad right here. This number right here, and this number right here. That's not bad. But seeing that it's definitely a live service game. What the fuck's my VTuber model doing? What the fuck, man? I might have to recalibrate. Sorry, I'm not trying to fuck this up. There we go. So yeah, as I was saying, this number right here is pretty good, and so is this. But this is still a live service game. So really, this is on the low end of what you want for a live service game. This is not going to be a sustainable number. To keep it large, I would say they would want it closer to 30 to 40,000 players. But also you got to realize their all-time peak was only 52,000. I don't think this will last much longer. I think that they might have a couple more months. But I don't know. If they revert this change and actually bring the voice actor back, hell, I don't know about anyone else, but I'd give it an install. Give it a try. But that's personally just me.
Responsible for the English voice of the character Byung is scheduled to be replaced. Upon implementation, the English voice will not be applied, and we plan to add it as soon as possible at a later date. Regarding the selection of the new voice actor, the schedule for the voice change, and other specific updates on future progress, we will provide further details in a separate announcement. Our company's English casting process is conducted with the support of external partners. It is carried out in a format similar to an open audition where the development...
something else, they might not even get the message from the people, because a lot of these foreign countries and all that shit, they have an English translators and all that shit to tell them all this shit, and then they're not quite honest with what they should be telling them, which is something that's happening for Japan a long fucking time. That they will water it down and say it's just people hating on it, and it's nothing relevant. Which recently they have begun to find out that's not the case. It's quite relevant, and that these companies have been pushing it under the bridge and lying.
Team conducts blind tests based on the audio samples provided by applicants to ultimately select the voice. In the current process managed through external partners, pre-verification during the casting stage is relatively insufficient compared to domestic standards. Moving forward, we will actively explore effective verification methods to address this. We will continue to strive to provide a game service that is even more enjoyable to play in the future. Wow, that's actually amazing. So they're basically saying that they need to rework their entire verification system for voice actors because this was such a big controversy. Well, unfortunately, it's gone the exact opposite way.
I already see it. Yes! Fuck you, community notes got added.
way, as I'm sure they thought it was going to, where you can see they're getting hit with a note here for context, adding that apparently it's because she made a pun about a boar, saying boring 4 years ago. I'm serious. Wow, they're getting a little sassy with this note, and honestly, good for them, because
readers added context.
That's all this is. At the end of the day, they are
with herself.
Basically kicking to the curb someone like Crony for a joke about boars she made 4 years ago. 4+ years ago. I mean, it's absolutely insane. They're just doubling down. Either they were completely fooled and misread the translations or something, or they are just, I don't even know. I don't really know what they're doing. But
doubling down, I think, would be a mistake. I think it would be a huge mistake. But then again, this company, as he says, like, not looking good financially. So at this point, they probably don't care at this point. They realize the ship is sinking, and, well, they just punched another hole in the ship. So it's sinking a little bit faster now.
But the comments are destroying them, saying, why are you announcing this only on the Japanese account? Are you afraid of all the well-deserved backlash you'll receive if you post on the English account? You're a horrible, unprofessional company. Don't try to hide behind Japanese, you cowards. Dotuvo is beloved over here. You just scorned your EN community. That is the actual voice acting name for Crony outside of Hololive, by the way.
Fuck.
I think this is a disregard for North American players and for the entire player base as a whole. In the end, this company seems to have only eyes for Korea, and it looks like they're completely swayed by the voices of players there. Due to pure incompetence, they've squandered a golden opportunity for global marketing.
I want to mention something. If you actually go look at the studies for, like, Korea, like, Koreans, like, over there in Korea, in Japan, and China, and stuff like that, the money they will spend on mobile games is absolutely insane. So at the same time, I wouldn't doubt that they would pander to these Korean fucks, because these Korean fucks is probably the only thing paying for the servers anymore. I'm being dead ass serious. They will spend hundreds. I'm talking about, like, drop $500 on a skin. They don't care. They do that shit in League of Legends. Like, there's a League of Legends skin that, like, released for like $500. They fucking buy that shit without complaint. That is insane. Like, I barely even want to cough up $20 for a skin. Sometimes I will do it. I'll cough up $20. If I really like the game and really like the skin, I'll cough up $20. But I cannot imagine coughing up $500. Motherfucker, that's nearly a whole new console. Like, I could nearly get a PlayStation for that. Nearly. I could get a used PlayStation probably from the retail market. Not like GameStop or something like that. But I'm saying, like, it's insane what they'll pay. But this right here, the global market, they're completely 100% right. This will fuck them on the global market. They listen to the Koreans and, like, the North America, in America, they're English speakers. This probably will do damage to the game.
This person says, are you effing kidding me? Because she made a pun about boars 4 years ago, are you trying to enrage any potential English fan base? And that is really...
Woo! Woo! We should put that on a cape. I'm going to put that on a fucking poster and put it in my room. I'm kidding. But that is pretty funny. I'm like, you went from like, okay, no. That motherfucker went down.
Couldn't be spoken more truly. Okay? The backlash has been very real. Okay? You can see the recent reviews. I mean, I'll move out of the way here so you can see just how devastating the hundreds of negative reviews have been. This game for many was not on their radar, especially for English users. This was their first exposure to this game, the franchise, and the developers. And it's a really bad first.
And it don't even look that bad. But hearing this shit, unless they revert their decision, I don't care to touch it. I will be watching this story, and if they revert their decision, bring her back, and like she becomes a voice actor for the game, awesome. I'll download the game. Hell, if I love it, I'll even buy some skins. But until that shit happens, I'm sorry. I ain't gonna fucking touch this game with a 6-foot pole. Maybe I'm a tourist, but I don't give a fuck. I like MOBA games. They frustrate me because they take a lot of skill for somebody like me, because like I can't figure out how the shit works. But I used to play Smite. I loved Smite. I liked to play Thor. It was funny. Now I still sucked. Oh, I sucked. But hey, I still had fun. I was trying to learn techniques and all that. I always try to get into League of Legends, but like I just can't get myself into it. Internet's so bad nowadays that I moved out into the country, so it's kind of hard to play in the servers.
Impression, and probably the only impression these people are ever going to have. This was a gigantic fumble. This could have been such great marketing for overseas players, but instead they listened to a sect of Korean players, either through, I guess, malicious behavior or just incompetence. Like maybe they really were lost in the sauce, because I heard that some of these players legitimately thought that she was bad-mouthing the company and the game.
No.
And, well, that was not the case. If anybody had decent translation skills, they would have understood she was making a simple pun about boars, but the damage is done. Okay, here is a review from this user that 1,300 people found helpful. Okay, this is someone 57 hours in the last 2 weeks, 1,400 hours on record. Okay, this is not just some person who created an account an hour.
That's a legit fan of the game.
This is a legitimate player saying, fired a solid VA over nonsense raised by a community of players that won't even use the language pack she voiced for. Very good point. This game is good, but the devs are beyond clueless and will bend over backwards and pander to their Korean audience and leave the rest of the world's servers to rot. This was an actual potential growth moment for the game, and the studio managed to bungle an easy free win and grow their global player base, so we aren't limited to either finding matches with a certain time window or beating the snot out of new players in norms. Considering the game's future was already looking questionable due to financials, I don't know how long this has left, and I don't know if it's worth my time after this, let alone my money. Here's another review.
Oh, yes.
With nearly 1,000 people finding it helpful. And this is another person with 54 hours the last...
You gotta love it. Like, the legitimate fans, the legitimate people that play your fucking game actually hate the decision you just made because it's so anti-consumer. Because you pandered. You didn't... Either you had poor translations or you got the correct translations and then decided to pander to one audience without considering the rest of your fucking audience. That's fucking stupid.
2 weeks, 1,500 on record. So again, a very invested player leaving this review saying, Nimble Neuron, the developer, clearly does not care for its global player base, having the English VA of Byung recast over an inoffensive pun they made 3 years ago that was dug up after they were cast to voice the character. This is a reoccurring issue with the dev team having removed skins over the concept artist being feminist. Interesting.
Removing skins is wild. I don't mind them. If they want to remove skins, I do not mind that, actually. What I do mind is if you bought the skin, you get to keep it, or are they going to refund you your money? Because if they'll refund you straight your cash, I had no problem with it. If they want to remove it from people's inventory too, which really sucks, but hey, you can do that. But if they refund you and just give you the in-game currency, I would say fuck that shit, because you bought that skin because you won that skin, and then they chose to remove that skin. And there might not be another skin you actually want to buy. Man, you just wanted to buy that skin, and that's it. What I'm trying to say is this is another controversy right there. This is fucking stupid.
They will bend over backwards for misogynist time and time again, and eventually, maybe even pretty soon, it will kill the game. Yep. Now, of course, you can see people reflecting this in the quote saying fired over a mistranslated pun from 5 years ago. Now, of course, this pun wasn't done. Neither was Crony, because this was Crony's response, by the way. Extremely based by Crony. She went on to Twitter and said this: "Breaking news, a tire is tiring and a bore is boring." And then she replies saying, "If you found this pun to be controversial, then hopital." A+. I mean, what else do you say? Unfathomable.
Okay, I'm going to actually go to Twitter and look this person up and give him a follow. I will not show you my Twitter because it is definitely not safe for work. You will see lots of content. Content I cannot show on YouTube, because if I show that content on YouTube, well, then I will no longer be on YouTube. Or Twitch, or any platform, probably. Well, no, that's not true. As none of it's illegal. They'd more likely just ban me on YouTube and tell me not to come back. I have now followed you, Crony. You are amazing. Actually, let me see if Crony's made any post. A bunch of replies. Let's see. I'm checking out Crony to see if there's any new updates. May 7th. When is this post? May 6th. Silk's talked about Silk Song, Pragmata. I'm not seeing. Ooh, Jesus, definitely can't show that. Yeah, I see the post. 50. It's at. Okay, these two posts you're looking at right now. The first one's at 58,000 likes right now and 4.5 thousand retweets with 655 comments. And the second one is at 28,000 likes, 1.2k retweets, and 179 comments. Holy Jesus. Yeah, this is just fucked. Crony's pretty cool looking. Got a pretty cool looking avatar though.
Based, ladies and gentlemen, the perfect response. But she wasn't done there. Obviously, people wanted some more information, and she would talk about this on stream yesterday and provide some additional context. And let's just watch a quick clip.
And even though most people understood that it was a pun, there were some people who didn't understand it because they're not too fluent in English, and so they thought I was talking about the game itself being boring and being disrespectful, and I would have never said anything like that in a sponsored stream, no less. And then, I don't know, and then they also commented on how unenthusiastic I sounded, and you know how self-conscious I get about my voice just coming across as like bored. And that was like back in 2021.
5 years ago.
I don't know. It's really sad when some people twist your words, especially when it's so easy to fact check it by watching the source stream. And you can tell that it was a pun.
Stupid, man. What the fuck?
And there's a timestamp for it as well. So it's really hurtful, especially when there are a few people that believe what those other people say instead of going and check.
I'm sorry about my avatar, by the way. I do not know what's going on. He's acting up and I'm looking over and he's disappearing. I might need to move the camera, or something might be wrong with my camera. I might need to get a new one.
Checking the source material themselves. And yeah, I mean, I really didn't think puns could be so dangerous to the point where people could question the nature of your personality.
So basically, all in all, there was a misunderstanding about it, but, you know, there's also the chance that people were trying to take this out of context, and they're trying to force the issue here, and whether it was through incompetence, misunderstanding.
It could be possible that they're trying to misrepresent it, because you know what you can get from misrepresenting it? A job opening. You know what that means? That she doesn't get to voice act the character now, so now that position's back to being open. It could be a bad actor trying to weasel their way into the voice acting role. I can't say that that's the case, though, so please take that with a grain of salt. That is only a possibility that somebody has like purposely misrepresented it. It is like a theory. It's not the truth. It's just a theory. A chance that happened. No guarantee.
or malicious efforts, it was successful. It got her removed, and it caused damage to her voice acting roles, okay? And it was a very unpleasant experience, obviously. And also, as she said, it seems like some people are also trying to mock her voice. I mean, that's just the way she sounds, and she's very successful at what she does, both VTubing and voice acting. So
she kind of sounds like one of those ASMR voices. Not weird. I don't really like ASMR, but I kind of like her voice. Her voice, like, it sounds nice, like calm, kind of like soothing. So I can't understand why people are being so mean.
It's kind of ironic anyone would have something to say about that, but yeah, it's just it's a very weird situation, and you can see even Dexerto is reporting on this. You saw this earlier. People were trying to note this because they were claiming that Crony made a statement, and at the time she hadn't, but eventually she did, so technically they're not.
Okay, let me read this, because, like, I'm getting confused. VTuber Auto Crony says she lost a voice acting role over a pun made during a sponsored stream 5 years ago. Crony saw a boy. Is he saying, like, that she didn't make that statement? Because I don't think she made that statement. I think that it just came out that happened. And she didn't say, oh, they, like, removed me because I made a boar pun a while ago. Like, 5 years ago. When I say a while ago, I mean, like, 5 years ago. That's fucking stupid.
Wrong here. They were just a little too early, right? Time corrected their tweets. But anyways, you can see once the normies at Dexerto are reporting on something, you know, you're going to bring in the normies like this, saying VTubers got to stop just because they're an influencer doesn't mean they can get away with anything. Remember,
I'm just going to say it in the nice way possible. Your name is Cursed Anime. Cursed Anime Meme. Dude, you are nothing but a retarded meme. I refuse to believe this person is anything but a troll that believes nothing like what he just said. There's no way in hell he believes anything he just said, and he's one of those guys that you would call a grifter. I believe the grifter is like where they say something that they don't actually believe. If I remember right, that's what grifter is supposed to mean. But, like, I believe what he's saying right here. He doesn't even believe this is himself, I don't believe. I think he's just trolling.
We pay your bills and made you famous. What is this person even talking about? And also using the bow gift here. Something. I mean, there's some jokes that could write themselves.
He's smoking something. And I don't know what he be smoking. But I gotta say, man, it goes puff, puff, pass, not puff, 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 puff. You gotta be smoking some of that good shit. I want some. I mean, I totally don't want. Okay, what can I do? Want some? Can you pass? Good.
But anyways, that is the situation. And really, you have to ask yourself, was this worth it? Absolutely not. This development team completely shot themselves in the foot. They have damaged this game in many, many different ways, just globally, but especially with an overseas audience that probably will never pick up this game. They had a golden opportunity. They could have promoted this to a English-speaking audience through Crony. It would have brought in thousands of players, I would imagine. She has that big of an influence.
Yeah, I would say, yeah. VTubers are really popular. They're really nice to listen to, and they're nice on the eyes. You can bring it, if you, like, are smart, you can use influencers to bring people in. But the second you turn your back on an influencer and do them dirty, like, for a stupid reason like this, you have pretty much doomed your game. And if there was any more other influencers that have anything to do with your game, the odds are they're not going to take the role from you because they'll see that you turned your back on, like, others, and you fucked others over. And, like, why should they risk it? Because you at that point you could my bad. If, like, taking that role at that point could damage their career. It could make them look bad. And here's what I'd say. I take the high ground, and I would say, no, like, I make you look bad because you did this VTuber dirty, and I'm not about to partner with you. Fuck you. Why would I fucking want to partner with you? You fuck over people for stupid ass reasons. I ain't gonna fucking partner with you. Fuck that shit. But that's me.
But now, the first and probably last impression of this game for so many is that this game fired someone over a simple dad joke about boars. Unreal. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed...
Alright. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I will leave a link to this video and his channel down in the description down below. So please check him out. He is awesome. He does great on the news. And just all around, this guy's awesome. Yeah, I hope I catch y'all next time. Later.